it's interesting to see Kyle Shanahan lose the confidence of the fan base. It took 5 years. This is a guy with one winning season, and these glorious fans gave him every excuse for half a decade. And tonight was the night that he lost their confidence, where enough excuses. He had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They were at home. They were playing the Colts, who aren't good. And they got smacked. They lost by 12. Could have been worse. And now I think Kyle Shanahan's on the hot seat. He got booed off the field in the first half. And I think what Niner fans are starting to realize is the stuff I've been trying to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take a victory lap here, but he's never had 2 good years in a row. He's been in the NFL for like 14 years. He's never had 2 good years in a row. He's the kind of guy who has 1 good year and then leaves or can't back it up. He'll have 1 good year and then try to get the next job somewhere else. He's good at getting himself the next job or getting himself the next extension. But winning 2 years in a row, having success 2 years in a row, no. He'll have a good year maybe once every 3 years, maybe once every 4 years. Remember back in Washington in 2012 when RG3 was playing great? Like, he was a big shot. Everyone thought he was going to be a head coach, and then it all fell apart. And what happened? He ended up in NFL Siberia. He was offensive coordinator for the Browns for a while. He had to really dig himself out of his grave. And, you know, the big reason I always hear why Niner fans say why they can't get rid of Kyle Shanahan is if they were to fire him, he would land on his feet. He'd get a new job instantly. Are you sure about that? Isn't the word out on Kyle Shanahan? How good is he? What is his reputation right now? He seems to be a loser. That seems to be what he is as a head coach. What is his stock? How many people really want Kyle Shanahan to be their head coach right now? He built this team. And the thing that's interesting about him is he used to have all this bravado and confidence. He used to walk around with his chest puffed out. Now, whenever he comes to the post-game press conference, it's like he's shrinking. He gets smaller and smaller. He gets quieter and quieter. Ask him a question, be like, oh, you know, he just wasn't good enough. You know, we just got a couple of touchdowns here. You got to do better in the red zone. It just wasn't good enough. You got to clean this up. What? Speak up. He cannot project confidence. Today, he wore that red hat. People thought he had turned a corner, like it was some type of psychological marker of good things to come. I don't know. I don't think his issue is that he lacks confidence. I don't think his issue is that he's in a funk. I think his issue is that he's not a good head coach. He's the most overrated coach in the league because of his last name. He has a good year once every 3 years. And this ain't one of them years. So what does he have to do? I mean, they're not going to fire him tomorrow. But they got to be looking around for names that they could be possible replacements. And then they got to what is he going to do to keep his job? He needs to pivot to Lance quick, because now you're thinking like, well, what's the future of this team if it's Lance? Most likely not Garoppolo. So if Kyle can be involved in that future, great. If not, because right now they're losing games with a bunch of guys on 1-year deals who aren't going to be back next year. I mean, Jimmy probably isn't going to be here next year. All those corners, Josh Norman, Drake Kirkpatrick, all these vets aren't going to be back next year, and you're losing. You got to pivot to the young guys and show some promise with them. Otherwise, there's no reason to keep you, Kyle. I don't get it. I don't see what he's doing, but he honestly is coaching like a guy who's checked out and doesn't want to be here. Or he's not good. Maybe he's just not good. I think that's probably the answer here. But doesn't he seem kind of checked out? I don't know what's going on here, man. Hot seat. I've been trying to tell you about this guy for years.